G'day folks, Grant Edwards here from Liberty Tiny Homes. Well, I haven't been able to find much on the Gator 6x4 or 4x6. The old Gator put out by John Deere, as you can see. Now, I'm just doing an oil change and it's pretty impossible to get around and undo the, well, you can't because it's sitting on a plate to protect the underside of the motor, because these are quite low to the ground. So they've got sort of like a skid pad underneath that keeps muck and rocks from hitting. Anyway, so to do an oil change, I just use what I use on the boat, which is, I can't remember what these are called, sucker outerer. That's it, yeah, that's the one. So there's two little areas where you put oil. There's one on top there. I wonder what that noise was. That must be the end of it. So I'm just sucking all the oil out through the dipstick because there's no way you can get around the bottom and under the sump bolt. There's an oil thingamy there. I've left it open slightly and this one's off. I tried to put the nozzle in there, but it didn't seem to be able to. Had to take the air filter off, of course, to get to it. It was a bit of a waste of time, but I think this is probably the most sensible way. It's probably a good idea to do a bit of an engine flush, run it for 15 minutes. I just ran the engine for a quarter of an hour, just on idle, and just makes it a bit easier to get the oil out. And so I'm just sucking it onto one of these, which are quite handy on boats. I find them really useful. Very good bit of kit. They're probably $100 at you know, a yacht chandlery, or probably a better way to buy it would be not at a chandlery. They seem to add 20% to it, really, because it's got marine in front of it. So here we are. That looks like it's been going for a little while, so it will keep on going, but I think it's just twisting around in there. I had to use the thinner nozzle of the two that come with this kit. This one was just a bit too fat for the dipstick. So that looks like it's pretty much it. So now I'm just going to put some more oil in. I'll just have a look and see. It looks like a couple of litres came out of there, and it did look like it was overfilled, so I'll probably only put 1.5 litres to start with and just see how it sits. It was overfilled. Okay, won't be long. Well, I won't be putting any oil in until I've taken the oil filter out. That would be dumb, wouldn't it? So the oil filter's right in the middle near the battery. You can see there I've got a pair of clamps on it. There it is. So I'm going to try and get this releasing this off. Get in there. I might just use the camera to see where I am. Oh, it doesn't want to move. I don't want to puncture it. It's on tight. That would have to be one of the smallest. Oh, it is slightly moving. Where are we? Where's the camera? Where is it? Oh, we're over there. Okay. No, you can't really see it, can you? I think it's moving. Let me try it with my hands. Try not to put that bit of metal there between those two. Oh man, this is impossible. Oh no, it's coming off. Now it's going to be oil everywhere. Can't really help it. I'll just quickly flip it up the right way without losing it. Yeah, got it. Right, she's up the right way. Yep. Bring her out. Oh. I'll just pop it over here for the time being. And I'll find myself a replacement one. Just one moment. Right, I've got the new one, and as you can see, I've just put a bit of I just use a bit of used diesel oil around that, just a very thin coating around the rubber. They say to put a bit of oil. They probably don't say to put used diesel oil around it. No, I can't even see, so I'm going to have to just sort of, I'll feel with my fingers where that nozzle is, and then using my incredible memory. Oh, there it is. So I'm going under there. I can't actually see. The camera you can probably see better than me. So there we are. I think that's on. Yeah, it feels like it's doing up, but it's a bit slippery. And I don't really like using those because they are sharp, and I have punctured these. I have actually punctured one in the past. And this one's so tiny. This is the John Deere filter. for the Gator. It's actually, I think it's a Yanmar motor. Let's see, what can I use? I'm running out of rags. Let's have a look. Oh, there's one there. There's one here. Right. Let's see if I can get a grip of it. Get a grip, boy. Yeah, this is my weak hand. I'm a lefty, so that's doing up all right. I reckon if I just did it firmly, it would be enough, and I can just check and see if it's leaking. I'll just wipe up some of the mess. Doesn't look too bad actually. I don't think we lost any oil. Right, so we've changed the filter, and you won't believe what I did. I actually started to put new oil in. This can happen when you're absent-minded and old codger like me. Right, so what do we do now? Okay, I'm going to put that oil that I just sucked out of it, because it's new oil, but there'll be a little bit of old oil in there, but hey, there'll be a little bit of old oil left in the sump anyway, so I'm just going to do that now. Just bear with me. So here we go. So I'm just putting a bit of the old oil back in there. Well, it's new oil, but it's gone in and out. Look, it's got a little bit of dark in it. It looks weird, doesn't it? But it's actually 95% good quality stuff, as you can tell. So that's, I put a 1.5 litres in there, because that's how much I put in before I realised what I'd done. I won't put any more because it's just going to be the old residue. So we'll put that down there. Now, where's my good oil? Here we are. The good oil. I actually paid for this stuff. It actually wasn't too bad. It was like 40 bucks Kiwi, New Zealand dollars, which is pretty reasonable. So I'm going to go to 3.5. So what have we got there? Can you see that? That's 4 and just almost 4. So I'm going to put another 1/2 litre in there, and I think we'll be pretty close. Because it was over full at just over 2 litres. So what do we got there? Oh, 4 3/4. That's got to be 1/2 litre. Oh, a bit over, but I think that'll be okay. I think it would have needed more than 1/2 litre anyway. Sorry, more than 1.5 litres in total. Doesn't take much. I don't know what size this motor is. I haven't really done any research on them, but I know they're a Yanmar. It's probably, I don't know, looks like it might be 15-20 horses, something like that, but it's a beautiful little motor. Alright, so we'll find the dipstick. Here it is, give that a wipe. Just a minute, well I do need a tripod, don't I? Actually, I've got one somewhere in the car. I should get it out. Alright, so let's have a look and see if we can get the dipstick in there. Can you see? Tell me where the dipstick is. Oh, there. Just in the comments, tell me where the hole is. Right, let's have a look at that. How does that look? Oh, looks pretty good. I'd say that's enough. Yep. I don't think I'll put any more than that in there. Just bear with me. Yeah, I've got to wipe all the splashes. Beautiful, and all those splashes there, I'm going to get rid of that now. Okay. I think that was the last time when I pulled the nozzle out, it flipped out. And I was draining the first lot of oil. There we are, that looks alright, doesn't it? Right, yeah, so that's the oil change on the John Deere Gator. And of course we put a new oil filter in. Fortunately we did that. And I'll do a video on the cooling system, and just in brief though, with the cooling system you just got to make sure that I think it's a good idea when you flush these radiators, and also the do a full flush of the cooling system. I think it's a really good idea to take it all apart here, take the thermostat housing off, and obviously, and if there's anything wrong with that thermostat, just replace it. They're not very expensive, and make sure it goes in the right way. The long end goes down, And yeah, so make sure you fill it up with coolant and water, and so it's overflowing, and then just drop it in and then put your housing back on. Just make sure that little O-ring, they tend to want to pop off. And then with this pipe off, just fill that up with coolant and then pop it on. And then just check to make sure you're really full here, and run it for a while, obviously with the fan on over there, which a lot of people just put these fans on there. So yeah, and then just check to make sure it doesn't get too hot. If it's cool here and like there and hot here, you know the engine's hot and this is cool, you know it's not working, because obviously they won't just those water pumps don't work on air, they need water. It's not an air pump. And this one is a funny one because it doesn't have a radiator cap, so it's obviously a replacement one. So I just put this valve here so that you make sure that it was supposed to have, someone had dickied up a tube going from here, and then they drilled a hole in the other one of these, and I'll show you actually what they did. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, here you go. So that had broken, which is the only reason. I was just going to get it welded up, but when I looked online, it looked like it was a Heath Robinson or a Rube Goldberg. If you're in the States, it was one of those kind of ones. So I didn't bother. I just, you can just about make one yourself. I probably should have repaired the old one, but never mind. It's a good one now, and I've actually got a use for that other one anyway on the boat. Right, so there you go. So cooling system. So that's an oil change, and we'll have a look at the old gearbox for them next time. Okay, thanks then. Bye.